What is up, everybody? This is Alexander the Reactor. You can call me Alexander the Reactor, here with IHE TV. And it looks like there's a Destiny 2 Renegades developer live stream to go through, see what's happening with this. It's one of the most morbidly fascinated I've been with Destiny in a while, just to see what this Star Wars expansion even is. So let's find out.
You are supposed to protect the people,
Kylo Ren?
not rule them.
That was kind of funny. Like, he's frightened. His eyes go like, oh.
Rule them.
No, please, 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 please.
The time of
What the? Was that a Death Star by chance?
guardians as shepherds of humanity is over.
Oh, it is like a Death Star. They've already done the Death Star. In Destiny.
I've been waiting so long for this.
Oh, it is Kylo Ren.
The Barrent Imperium
Oh.
sprung up out of nowhere across the system. That doesn't just happen. It's the
Stormtroopers.
9. And I'm putting together a crew to prove it.
We're gonna need a team.
Welcome to the new Mars. Now the only law on Tharsis is the gun on your hip and the light in your hand.
See, I still find this weird because they've already... Like, each expansion normally has a thematic separation, you know? Some theming that sets it apart. They've done the Western bounty hunter, sci-fi, Jabba the Hutt, crime, underground element with Forsaken, right?
You'll do well here.
So it just doesn't feel very fresh.
I don't relish doing business with these leeches.
Having the skiff there is quite egregious.
Why die for a criminal?
Why do you hate your own kind so much?
Dialogue as good as ever. Was that a Wookiee bowcaster, dude?
Finish it.
It sounds just like Kylo Ren.
And the Imperium is yours to lead. You will fall.
It is nice to have a human villain, though. I'll give them that. December 2nd is coming soon. Man.
Hey everybody, welcome to Bungie, or our
Here we go.
Cantina today. Destiny 2 Renegades is launching in 7 days. Countdown right now.
God, 1
7
week.
days from now, you're going to be in there playing. We're going to be talking about the Lawless Frontier, our new activity that is coming with this experience, full of loot, full of fun
No activity, didn't say destination.
experiences and all that kind of stuff. So,
So the Lawless Frontier isn't a destination.
without further ado, let's watch a new Vidoc 2 making of a Renegade. Take it away.
Let's find out the truth.
This is Destiny with the Star Wars lens. I think it's a really cool combination that hasn't been done before.
This whole thing is just going to be them justifying the Star Wars license, isn't it? No, we made it our own, kind of. Look, it's Jabba's palace. Whoa, that's the blaster I know, all right. They fly now.
This is why we got into games in the first place.
To make Star Wars expansions. That's such BS. Like, if you go back to the mindset of Bungie when they were first establishing Destiny, it was quite literally the full, complete inverse from a creative standpoint.
Authentically Destiny. Unmistakably Star Wars. It has to be something that feels like a Destiny story. It can't feel like a
How can it be both?
It can't feel like a side quest, right? Like, this has to be a continuation,
It's going to be a one-off side quest.
but with Star Wars beats and Star Wars visual.
What do you mean Star Wars beats and Star Wars visuals? Like, Destiny had Star Wars beats already.
This is the first time we're telling a story inspired by Star Wars within a different universe.
Was that Yoda's hut, my brother?
Every Guardian's identity is like this healthy, independent.
It's the member expansion. Member?
We were excited to actually explore that scoundrel fantasy, bounty hunters, the syndicates, going out and doing jobs with a ragtag team.
This is what I mean. They've already done this.
We took inspiration from Star Wars to ensure the scale,
You've already done that.
visual language,
You've already done that.
soundtrack,
You've already done that.
and cinematic storytelling in
You've already done that.
Renegades delivered on everything fans will have come to expect from the franchise.
Everything they're saying is like contradicting the previous sentence.
The Praxic Blade collaboration stands out to me.
Because lightsabers are so iconic, it was absolutely
Oh, they said it. Iconic. Oh, it's so fucking iconic.
Destiny and Star Wars shared that same beating heart. I was like, oh, this is going to be special.
We were given such a unique challenge. How can we achieve the aesthetic and the feel of Star Wars without losing the narrative threads that we've created so far for Destiny at this time?
That's not a unique challenge. That's a sad sign of the times challenge.
Same time.
It wasn't until we found our footing with creating a foundation in Destiny that things started to click together.
I remember the first time that we went down to San Francisco. We had this really big meeting where it was the Destiny narrative folks.
Oh, let me guess. They went to Lucasfilm and they saw all the models and they saw the puppets and they were like, whoa. Whoa, and then there was soy facing. We're like, whoa, we got to put that into Destiny now.
On one side and the Star Wars narrative folks on the other side. We broke the ice by just asking, what's the bad version of this? We had a really good laugh over what that looked like. And through that, we kind of uncovered that this should be the aesthetic, the vibe of Star Wars with the truth to Destiny's narrative that we knew needed to be there too.
They're just saying the same thing over and over. Where's that Sarlacc bit, my brother? Sarlacc and Skiff on a Destiny level. What more could you possibly want? Iconic.
When we were thinking about what kinds of characters should be in this release, we thought about the kinds of archetypes we see throughout Star Wars.
Yeah, and Griffer is an easy parallel. He and Han Solo share a cocky attitude, both former criminals.
Nice. Frozen in the carb. Nice, I'm frozen in carbs right now.
Lume became the sweeping militaristic figure that I think is going to be a really good parallel to Grand Moff Tarkin or other evil military leaders.
Oh my god. We've got a Cabal who's kind of like Grand Moff Tarkin, if you didn't hear.
From the Empire.
Honor is another example of that. She's our Praxic warlock.
She's loosely meant to be a parallel to something like a Jedi in Star Wars. She was...
Really? Loosely?
The Drifter belongs with us!
The Drifter left your cult long ago.
And then
Oh my god, this is just so corny.
there's Bale. Dredge and Bale. He makes many bad choices.
The lightsaber thing is so egregious. It kind of looks like Revan to you. Ugh.
One of my favorite parts about a lot of villains in Star Wars is that they have just like the...
Like, it was upsetting when Lightfall dropped the ball in the art department and had a location that was lacking that pathos that all the other locations had, even if the content within it didn't really resonate with me that much. At least the Edge of Fate had that, I guess. It had a destination that was its own.
The time of Guardians is shepherd.
Because really any other crossover, like anything, would be better. So there is something symbolic about combining forces with another wrung dry, completely dead IP that is not exciting anymore.
How do we make something that can live in both worlds and not feel out of place in either? But
Oh my god, do I have to make a video about this? Do I? This is just so surreal. I can't, I'm not promising anything. If it has like these destination abilities and you gotta like play as a ball, I'm not doing it.
also feel totally new and exciting. It wasn't always about where do we find the exact middle ground, 50-50 Star Wars and Destiny, because at that point, you're feeling almost a little derivative.
There's those moments along the way when we were like, this is just Star Wars. This is
Oh my god. Really? That's surprising. So I've seen some people who are like pissed that I still talk about this game, even though there's not like an enormous crossover of people exactly in my position who played every Destiny expansion but kind of cooled it off after the final shape, as if there aren't like thousands of people in that exact same position and just want to see out of a sick, twisted curiosity what's still going on with it.
we want to have something kind of new that makes you think of both. I remember
That's what it already was, goddammit.
when we were trying to figure out what we're going to do with our new Cabal.
We started in that place where it's just Cabal wearing a Stormtrooper outfit.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, that's what you were doing with that.
But it wasn't until we injected more of that weird alien design of a lot of these armor sets, that was kind of what switched it over from this is too derivative to this is really working. I think there are little Easter eggs and little treats.
I don't know if you can call it an Easter egg when there's a literal Jabba's sail barge like there on the map.
Lucasfilm Games has been awesome at collaborating with us and even putting some of their input onto our maps so we can really give the players something exciting.
Hoth Dagobah, Tatooine. Wow, yeah, they really made it their own.
The switch flipped in my head like, oh, we would never have done this without this collaboration was the syndicates.
Yeah,
We're going places with...
What do you mean?
and trench coats.
And trench coats, yeah.
This is really reminding me of that latest Halo reveal where they kind of awkwardly sit at tables and talk about and try and justify their latest project and are doing a terrible job at doing it.
We have Vex in trench coats that are playing cards. It's so awesome, and I don't think we would have dared do that if we didn't have this opportunity.
No, and it was
Why?
And make something that feels new, but also does justice for Star Wars. And Blaster was really obviously the choice. They're roughly...
what about those Cabal blasters? Are they accurate?
What difficulty?
They're spending all this time talking about this like pretty meaningless Star Wars collaboration without actually talking about the content. Like what is in the expansion.
Throw it out and get a ton of damage.
But like from every angle, it's just not exciting. It's like Star Wars in Destiny, not exciting because Destiny already has so much inspiration from Star Wars already. Star Wars in a video game is not exciting. We have countless examples of good Star Wars video games that you could just play over this and get the sincere Star Wars experience anyway. So I don't really get what niche this is scratching outside of just doing the, I've got a live service, so we've got a Fortnite crossover event. Was it going to be like the Stranger Things expansion next, inspired by Stranger Things?
We've taken so much of this opportunity and turned it into what we can like grow.
Every corner of the game, from the art, the design, the audio, music, UI.
Because like even the idea of taking inspiration for an expansion, like think of something like really corny, like I'm thinking through a Sony lens of we've got to do something to this failing franchise that we bought like by accident or just because of vibes that didn't work out, buying Bungie, I mean. If like the creative impetus was like, look, make a Bloodborne themed expansion for Destiny, you could do way more with something like that, like a gothic horror inspired Victorian-y theme. That would be something new. Fuck it, like God of War or The Last of Us would be better than this shit, you know? Well, they've already done like skins with those universes, but there's something really bothersome about it being Star Wars to me.
The rewards, completely infused with the magic of the collaboration. It's really been a real treat to be a part of.
Okay, this is interesting because obviously Salvatore's not there anymore. Nice. This is cool. Always got to appreciate this.
Good morning, everybody.
Wait. What? That's him. They bring him back?
Didn't mean to wake you up with that beat, sorry.
What?
The overarching theme for this was to create a score for this release that
Senior music lead composer.
felt like it was cohesive as a whole. We're all talking to
Is he like a contractor now?
each other and collaborating with each other and make it fresh and new.
So he's on the team on his phone in the background, but he's not like at the table for the... Why are they not making a bigger deal out of him? Look, he's like just there on his phone. This is Michael Salvatore, for those who don't know, who was recently let go. Well, wasn't even recent anymore.
When I use a lot of the Destiny themes, how I set them up and how I'm transitioning in and out of moments are much more Star Wars-y in terms of the harmony.
Oh, God.
Orchestration.
So annoying.
I think the most exciting part...
Another thing that I always would constantly compliment is the music, and here we are again. But all the identity is just wrung out of it. So, you know, we got to make sure it has the right balance of Star Wars to Destiny, you know? What everyone wants to be hearing.
about this was the opportunity to work
This is
with these
crazy.
guys
I can't
and
believe
Mike.
they've done this. Oh, there he is.
You definitely made it a point to kind of bring us together and listen to each other's music.
Still haven't actually spoken about the meat of the content a single time.
We're all having ideas that were just a little bit different from one another. It was all sort of impacted what the final version of the
This is genuinely like pathetic.
That kind of teed off the main theme in the fact that we were exploring the idea of it has a layer of ominousness to it, it has a layer of mystery to it, but it can be turned other ways.
But it's not like the Star Wars influence was ever subtle in Destiny. It's been so obvious from day one. From the very first release of the game. It's so fucking obvious. Oh wow, Rancor Ogre, nice. Is that really the whole... I didn't talk about anything. They didn't like it talk about anything. What the fuck?
So what you just saw was our second...
This is going to be light. I feel like it's going to be a light drop.
And what you saw, it was a mix of our...
What did you show us? Nothing.
Our narrative design, audio, our collaboration efforts with Lucasfilm Games. Many
Yep, keep saying that.
thanks to everyone involved. Eric Smith, we're starting with you.
DMG, Damage 04, yes.
I feel like explaining the content would be much smarter within a Vidoc. So you can actually show it instead of just having three dudes like awkwardly describing it. I don't know, I still don't get on with this format.
Tom, I would love to put the spotlight on you.
Okay, nice, we got
let's give a
visuals
quick
at least.
description. What is the Lawless Frontier?
Thank Christ.
So the Lawless Frontier is our core game mode. Renegades, you're going to play through some of the campaign, but it's really what comprises our end game. And smuggling is about grabbing everything that isn't
So they're kind of like
tied down.
strikes or like
in
missions?
true fashion, when you're going into a dangerous spot, you got to just grab
Not
whatever you can
literal
find right
strikes,
now.
but
So
like,
today
I'm
we're
trying
going
to
to be
figure out
focusing
the
on a bounty hunt, and I believe you said this is kind of like a quintessential
format
Destiny
of
vibe of
this.
an activity, right?
Yeah, it's probably the closest to a traditional Destiny activity, but you're going
They
to start
specifically not said location, they've said activity.
with your bounty and get some loot and take
Like,
that back to our
is it
social
like
space,
Horde?
Tharsis
It looks like a
Junction, where
Horde
you'll be able
mode.
to spend your currencies to buy.
Amplify them, and then jolt any enemies who pass through it. And all of these have 7 levels of up.
So most of the design comes from the starting point of the studio has been gutted. They need to make things fairly quickly with a ghost squad. So things like destination abilities are obviously much quicker and easier to make and test when they are limited to certain game modes or locations instead of having to make a whole new system work across the entire game. So I get it from the behind the scenes of like why this is so light, but it's also impossible to ignore just how kind of sad this is, that this is the spot of this game. At least the location abilities seem less annoying than turning into a little ball. That was just not fun for me.
Like they're kind of these pocket supers almost. You know, we have things like vehicles that you can pull in or you can call down from.
But like, how many campaign missions are there? Are there any strikes or crucible maps or anything else? Or is it just this one thing?
Put your shader on. We'll fly through the arena.
And I guess also from a dev perspective, it made sense with the Star Wars collab that they already had all the Mars assets ready to reuse, so they could just kind of rework it into Tatooine. All the Europa ice and snow stuff can be Hoth. They've had plenty of lush Greenlands and swamp kind of environments before, just reuse that for Dagobah. I get why they made it, it's just so creatively bankrupt. The enshittification is complete. Like, it's officially, like it had been teetering, but this it's complete now. I'm not really sure what the temperature is in the Destiny community about this expansion, but if the Steam numbers are anything to go by, it's not like there's much hype. I'm amazed that it's even a week out. It doesn't feel like there's any hype for this at all. This is such a dull way of showing this off. Like, this is... What a boring-ass, like, game mode this looks to be. I'm getting this same excitement for this that I get when, like, a bad movie comes out, like War of the Worlds or something. I get, like, the exact same feeling. But I'm intrigued for, like, all the wrong reasons. I really think that they should have tripled down on, like, modular design, like in, you know, Taken King with the strikes that have bosses that will change depending on which one you defeat first, and certain enemies will appear on certain runs and it'll be a different one on a different run, and if you took that to its extreme, it could be really replayable. You can tell by the way they talk about it how little there is, because if there was something to actually talk about, that's what they would be talking about. Like, just compare it to the Final Shape stuff. Like, that was all substance. You know, there was actually something to talk about.
Players that kind of take on the role of a bounty hunter working for the syndicates, tracking down these renegades that are, you know, messing up their operations, taking out their commanders, stealing their stuff.
Okay, so this is what the menu looks like. So you can't go to these places? You just do missions on these places.
And so you get to be field, you can kind of wade in amongst them and pick and choose the strategic.
So it's like a really shitty version of the Helldivers map.
Obviously, you're taking on some risk here. If you go do an invasion and it doesn't go your way, you could lose those tokens. But
this feels more like something they would do for a season, but just add a little bit more flair to it. If all of that dev time that was spent designing these small throwaway little activities was spent on developing one really great replayable activity, maybe this game would have like a core pillar that would actually be alluring, because everything just always winds up looking the exact same. It is rearranging the same furniture in the same room. Like, we've seen it from every angle, like there's just nothing left. Wait, so are there like campaign missions? Like, it feels like Edge of Fate actually have more from the way they showed it off, at least. Like, did I miss something? Did they mention that? That there's like a 10-mission campaign or something? They don't even seem to have the resources to be in damage control mode.
So watching that trailer, I just realized we actually missed something with Invasions. We were talking about the Praxic Blade and customization.
This is what I mean, like, if you're getting to the end of the stream and you're realizing that you forgot to mention something, then something about the format is not working for you. It's not a good way of delivering this information. There are so many other different ways you could get this across without this insistence of it being an awkward live stream. I just don't get it.
Correct.
Yeah, there's a wide variety of classic colors that I think players are going to have fun chasing down.
We're going to kick it back to our launch trailer here in case you missed it at the top. And again, if you missed the Vidoc launch trailer, check out our YouTube.
Wow. Don't need to see this trailer again. That was pretty rough. You can see the way they have to talk around how little is going on. Oh, I'm so curious how this is going to do, how people are going to react to this. If I had to predict, I think the apathy is just going to continue. There might be a small spike when it comes out, but I don't know. I don't have like a Destiny YouTube channel, so I don't need to pretend like this is something I'm excited about, which is what's going on in like the Destiny content creator space right now. I'm still kind of torn on if I want to play it or not. I'm kind of intrigued, like, how bad this might be. I'll at least put a video up on this channel. I don't know about, like, a full review. It depends what the story's like, I guess. Let's just see the temperature of the comments quickly. Finally, a human villain, yep. I have a bad feeling about this. Something tells me that the Crucible will not have any new maps. So wait, we fired Salvatore and rehired him for this. He didn't actually get his contract to be, yeah. They did kind of gloss over that. The Vidoc footage is from pre-layoffs, he wasn't rehired. Oh, what's the truth? Okay, so it looks mixed. Some people are going to be excited for this. Let me know your thoughts. If you're in the same position as me, just kind of onlooking in horror, as someone who used to be into it. And I'll see you on the next video. And maybe on the Destiny 2 servers when this comes out in December. Bye!